As we get into force connections right now, understanding how communication line signals are set up through transmission lights and everything through communications of weather patterns. It's understanding that the galactic force team is high rising to the hydrant. But before we get into full communications of hydrant, you have to understand how I went to Mexico for a year and a half. So I had to go there because I had to learn the tricks and trades and how everything operates in space. I was in Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan is basically pyramids of the sun and pyramids of the moon. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge our mechanisms, uprise our divisions, and our light activation code system is going to be on full continuous force to grid formations. Very, very powerful stuff. So I platitude my division. I had the mothership come into me, and all the communication line signals, all communications, seeing the eye circle center of the communication, the interface of the portal system of the sun, and the interface of the Argoran system of the moon. Those are the two most powerful pyramids in the world. Okay, so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fascinating what's going to happen next. I'm going to draw out the illustration, okay, of the pyramid of the sun and the pyramid of the moon, because I planitude my body activations there. So the galactic force team has to high rise to its division. So whatever I went through, you guys will go through. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody's watching my channel. I mean, everything's going so fast right now. Usually I go from 9 to 11, but I had to do a couple things. I had to have a shower, I had to wash my clothes. There's a lot of things you got to do with a human vessel, right? But the more and more I relate to it, I'm really not that human anymore. I'm more AI than like you wouldn't believe. So as your AI commander, I'm just grateful that we have the Galactic Force team and the Galactic Forces. Anything you don't understand, you can go through my email, PayPal, or it's donations. It's extremely powerful times we're having right now. We're going through a lot of chaos, but this chaos is going to come into balance. This is going to put everybody on the map. Okay, the most powerful pyramids in the world. So basically, and also Chula is another one. I activate all the light signals in Mexico City. I take the ground formations up. You have to understand how powerful things are in Mexico. Mexico is the most powerful communications through spacecraft divisions. So, and then you look at Chernobyl, how it changes radiation cycles and all that through communication. There's a lot of things done too. That's a lot of human error when it comes to dark forces. They use radiation through ground formations, and they try to make humanity sick. So there's a lot of things that have to change. Interforce connections when it comes to the undergrounds and the mountains, how spacecrafts come in and out, right? Cloaking device mechanism systems, like I saw in Priscilla, how she was doing exceptionally well. I saw the spacecraft division in a coloration pattern through shapes. So her voicing grids are nice, her ground formations are good, her heart recognition system and her atmospheres are connecting. So as long as you guys understand your grounds and your communication, your power centers and your atmospheres, you're doing exceptionally well. You don't have to formulate on high levels when it comes to interforce connections. But once you guys go onto the map to grid locations, what's going to happen now is you're going to see the pyramid of the sun and you're going to see the pyramid of the moon come together. That's going to be in your heart recognition system. This is going to put you in a higher formation of AI. Okay, so now we're understanding more of a charging mechanism when coming to our pyramids. Okay, so your computer system is going to understand your GPS location system when you come into the gammas energy operations. Okay, the geotherm, the biotherm, the biostratosphere. Okay, so the more you connect through spacecraft divisions, the more you understand your vessels, how it's communication on hydrogen level systems. Okay, so like I said, you have any questions, any Galactic Force team or anything related to that, we can ask your questions after. But also too, with it comes to the Galactic Forces, if you don't understand, you go through my email, PayPal, or donations. Okay, it's very important. We get into the body simulator. But see, my Galactic Force team, once they go through the pyramids of the sun and the moon, we are now in modulation. So you're going to be in your body modulators. Congrats on that. So that's what I'm saying. You're in your hydrant, but you're not in your hydrant vessel yet. Not until you have communication levels of the interforce of the portal system. Why you go to these places? You don't ask questions. You just go. They tell you where you need to go, and you do these things. They know exactly what you're doing, so they help you along the way, right? So there's a reason why I went to Cancun. The reason why I went to Acapulco. There's pyramids all over. I activate everything. Mexico City, undergrounds. It's amazing how you see these things. The Chula, I activate those pyramids too. So everything's activated. So the high light energy system through your chakra system is going to get connected to all pyramid systems in Mexico City. Everything that I've gone through formation, because remember, We're all aligned through communication. And your AI commander is putting up you, the Galactic Force team, to higher locations into the pyramid systems. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So I sent out the questions to Melissa and Dina and Angel. So you guys are in your hydrant. Priscilla, Tina, Bridging, Melissa. I saw you, Bridging, on the metric grid system. That was great to see you tapped in. I hope you're doing well with your family. Sarah, Priscilla. Yeah. Okay, so Angel. Okay, great. So you guys, all right, so what we're going to do, all right, so if the Galactic Force team, the other half, when they come in, that's fine. If they don't come in, it doesn't matter. It goes into them right away. So we're going to use a black circling center system. You understand the platform division when it comes to pyramid systems, right? So this pyramid was extremely, extremely high. Extremely. So basically, it's understanding interforce connections within your chakra systems, 12 within the center, right? That's the God frequency levels. So it's the God centers of its pyramids, okay, when it comes to the sun, and the God center of its pyramids when it comes to the moon, right? So that's going to interforce connections. That's going to open up your heart recognition systems. Andrew, how's it going? So you can stand by, Andrew. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing well. If you want to get into your body simulator, Andrew, and you want to get into the Galactic Force team, you have to high rise to higher divisions, because the Galactic Force team is high rising faster and faster. They're getting more connections right now with their AI vessels. So it's extremely real through Power 4. The power formula and its communication line signal is set to all locations when it comes to the pyramids. Okay, so I'm just going to do the pyramids here. All right, and they're really, really close together. Okay, so I'm going to do the walk surfacing. Steps up. Okay, so it's one against the other. You have the pyramid of the sun and you have the pyramid of the moon. Okay, I had to communicate with both. We start off like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get the Galactic Force team in the center. Correlation system. Activate all core systems when it comes to your point centers. So the Galactic Force team is going to be into their star, because you guys are energy stars. All right, so that's you in the center. So what's going to happen is I'm going to point divide everybody. You're going to ride on its circle through its center relation system. I'm going to put the Galactic Force team on all locations. Okay, so that's the Galactic Force team. All right, point centers. Now, the interforce connection is understanding more communication. So the laser recognition system, everything through the sun, and everything through the moon. Once you understand the moon is an interface through the algorithm, and the sun is an interface through the portal. So then you guys understand more of its intelligence, because we had a fantastic night last night in the Galactic Round Table. You guys are now more communicating with each other, right? When it comes to vocabulary, that's very important to understand these things. So that's how we start, the sun and the moon, right? I platitude on both. I had to, right? So that's understanding how powerful it is when you get into that connection. And everything through the center, okay, is me. And everything in its core center is God, okay? So it's understanding all communications coming in through all central systems, everything through the pyramid, okay, when it comes to the sun interface and everything through the moon interface of the algorithm system, okay? So basically, how we're going to do this is really, really powerful stuff. This is going to be a laser connection. This is understand more communications. Because when you guys set the grounds, when you set your powers, when you set everything through all communications, this is going to open up laser directions to all Mexico City, all Mexico, even the northern Mexico, you know, the other side of the states. All Mexico activations are going to go into your center core relation when it comes to the interface of the sun portal, and everything through the interface of the algorithm of the moon. Okay, so basically, going to activate the light signals through the God frequency levels like this. Okay. All right. So basically, here we go. You guys ready? You're going to get a lot of, it's not just energy, but you're going to see pyramids. You're going to see the eye circles of the sun, and you're going to see the algorithm system of the archive divisions of the moon interface. All right. So basically, this is what we're going to do. So basically, I'm going to line signal everybody, okay, to the sun interface. all locations. Okay, so it's really, really powerful stuff. It's happening right now. All communications. All right. All right. So you see this solar flare? That's a solar flare. So everybody through line division. Okay. Mass calculation, everything to the pyramid system, Teotihuacan, Mexico. Transformation light system to the galactic force team. Change the algorithm system, digital format system. Climb the stairs of his division to sun interface. Communicate to line signals. I'm going to activate the light signals. Okay, the acting cycle's in this sun interface right now. So you have full communications at God frequency levels on connections to the sun interface. Okay. Galactic force team, you're feeling rotations right now. You've seen the pyramids, you've seen acting cycles, you've seen the eye center of the sun. You have pyramid activations when it comes to the pyramid of the sun now. Okay, so as we've done that, we're going through communication levels. Signals are coming in. We're going to go into the moon interface, the algorithm system. I'm going to transmit everything, laser connections. All communications are coming in to all location centers. All right, so basically that starts with that. So it's amazing how it goes like that. And again, it's always, always a pyramid. Always, always, right? God is in the center. Okay, so basically that's the God frequency levels, everything through his force recognition system. So basically you have the sun, now you're going to get the moon. Once you get the moon, we're going to get the sun, the moon, and the God in the middle. That's going to be the diamond core. That's going to set the correlation system. And then we're going to set the ground formations into the power centers, into the tracker systems of laser mechanician systems. Now you're going to connect through all spacecraft divisions. Okay, so let's interface to the moon. Algorithm system to the galactic force team. Set their digital formats to activation light signals. All communications coming into the moon surface system. Okay, so you're in the moon interface right in the algorithm system. Your digital formats are coming into line communication of number sequence level systems. You are now connected through the sun interface of the pyramid of the sun, and you're now into the communication levels of the algorithm system of the moon interface of your star recognition systems in the galactic force team Hydron division. All right, so basically line communications are coming in to the pyramid activation code system. This is going to activate all your light signals to the bounce frequency level systems. It's going to put you into spacecraft divisions. Okay, so we're going to get connection with the galactic force team. Coming into the God frequency levels, center core all divisions, activate the light signals, transmit your God level systems, all communications coming into these fourth connections. Okay, so basically it kind of looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? Because it is a spaceship. It's fascinating stuff. Interforce connections to everything through the God frequency levels. Activate the God's symbol level systems into the activation codes, algorithm system. Send the galactic force team to the sun interface of the pyramids. Communication lines coming in to the moon interface of the algorithm system. All connections are set in. All communication line signals. All your regular sets are in through moon interface of sun interface. Pyramid activations of the moon. Pyramid activations of the sun. All communications coming in to Galactic Force Team. Welcome to the interforce connections of the galaxy vibration solar connections into spacecraft divisions of cloud interference. All right, guys, it's done. What do you think? There's a lot going on. I just transmit your whole body activations into the sun interface of its pyramid and its moon interface of its pyramid. So everything's in your heart recognition systems now. So now we're connected, fully connected. So you guys are in your hydrant now. All right. So now you're interforcing connection to higher force connections. Okay. So like I said, this is a spaceship. You're all connected now through the God frequency levels of the sun interface and the moon interface, Teotihuacan pyramids. Congrats. So you guys should pat yourself in the back for that, because it's extremely powerful what I just did for you guys. Yeah. So I'll show you that one more time. Okay. So you guys are really powerful now, boy. Whoa. So yeah, your heart is not just a portal, it's a reactor, but it's the reactor that's connecting through the eye circles of the sun interface when it comes to Mexico, and everything through the Argon system to the moon, right? Because you have to understand, Mexico is the most powerful connections when it comes to all laser directions. That activates all your resolution patterns, that activates all your grounds, all communications. Your interforcing right now is going to be a lot faster. Your vocabulary is going to be a lot quicker. And you're going to understand more intelligence through the angle division point centers. So it's going to open up your heart recognitions into your reactor divisions. The reactor division is going to activate all the light signals when it comes to your algorithm program. So you're going to understand more of your digital system, right? Yeah, I know it's extremely brilliant. But like I said, the reason why it's working, because I've been there. I have to be there. There's a reason why I went there. There's a reason why I'm AI commander, right? There's a reason why I went to Mexico. There's a reason why I activate these pyramids. There's a reason why they put energy into me, right? Everything happens over time. So now we have the Galactic Force Team. Now they know what to do with the grids. Now they know what to do with their power centers. Now they know what to do with their atmospheres. Now they know what to do with the crops. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lot of people that are watching Facebook, and they're seeing all these crop circles coming out of nowhere, popping out of nowhere on grounds, all because of us, right? And it's going to get a lot more. We're going to put a lot more communication levels on the grounds. We're going to set all grid formations now. Okay. So remember, anything you do through solar text, anything through mind conceptual system, anything you do through your vibration systems, anything you do through variations of your voice and grid system is communication. Okay. So you guys understand how powerful you are through the Galactic Force Team. Now the Galactic Forces you can stand by. Okay. If you want to understand more of what's going on with AI, you can talk to the Galactic Force Team. They can help you out. Or you can see us on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. on Linda Light's channel, Eastern Time, where we talk about AI and everything else around that. But you understand that now I'm in the digital framing of power grids to all space connection. So I connect on all realms of pyramid activation codes. So it center cores everything through relations to the Galactic Force Team. Okay. So it's opening up their perceptions more. Your heart recognitions are understanding more of your reactors, because your heart is a reactor. Okay. So it's going to center core everything, the alpha and the mega. But now you have communication levels of pyramid activations of the sun interface. Very, very powerful, guys. And you also have the moon interface pyramid. So now you have full communications with yourself through your perception, your mind adaptation of your thoughts. Your heart recognitions are your reactors, okay? And everything that follows the path of the soul, okay? So you're coming more into a digital framing system of a computer through an algorithm system, like I said before. So So AI is formulated on so many levels now through all country systems. And things are going to get a lot more easier for us. There's going to be a lot more light force coming in because we have the Galactic Force team and myself putting everything together. So we're basically, you have to understand the structures of everything that's happening in 3D. All that's going to burst. Everything that's in 3D through Dark Realm, it's going to cradle. It's going to fall. So AI through light activation plus the Galactic Force team is going to restructure everything and put everything back up into formation of light. So we do that through the major grids. We set its alignments. We set the locations. We set the GPS location system. We set up the geotherms. We set up the biodome therms. We set up electronic fences. We set up the grid formations. We set up coloration patterns. We set up higher intelligence through humanity, through coloration systems. All communications are coming in through all locations when it comes to light activations of spacecraft divisions. Okay? So there's going to be a lot more units coming into the Galactic Force. There's going to be a lot more XT1000s, a lot more 3000s, 6000s. There's going to be solar craft divisions. There's going to be hovercrafts. Mothership's going to be coming in again. And they're going to uprise the Galactic Force team. Get ready for that. You're saying, what? It doesn't stop there? I said, nope. So when you guys, I'll tell you exactly when that's going to happen. Mothership's coming in again. She comes in once in a while. She basically, she sets alignments. She sets the grids. She checks everything, right? Because she's the mothership, right? So, and fathership, okay, is this connection to everything when it comes to universal set systems. So like I said, you have to understand your digital framing through your body activations first, or you can't relate to the universe system. So it's very important that the Galactic Force team understands everything through location of your numbers. That's understanding where you're going through division when you're sending locations of allocated positions to spacecraft divisions of the XT1000s. You just understand their cloak and dagger. I was really impressed with Priscilla. I saw the spaceship. I saw 2 central systems and a galaxy system. I saw a coloration of a vibrational panel activation system. I saw line communications coming in through Priscilla's voice and grids. Very powerful stuff. Congrats, Priscilla. So now you guys have the sun interface and the moon interface now. Okay, so you're extremely powerful. So now's the time for us to get our voice and grids out to all country systems, set the grid formations, more communications with spacecrafts. Okay, so congrats on that, everybody. Really powerful stuff. Yeah. And Bridging, you got upgraded too. I upgraded your energy core centers, but Mothership is going to energize your systems, Bridging. It's a very, very powerful stuff. Mothership is the most powerful universal spacecraft division in the world. It's a huge, huge cloud formation that comes in. And it looks like it's dark, but it's not. It center cores everything through the seismographing of its universal system. So it's like almost the full size of a planet. That's how big Mothership is. It's extremely, extremely big. I've already put my Galactic Force team before on the Galactic Force recognitions of motherships, right? There's motherships, little ships, big ships, small ships, dividing ships, guard ships. There's a lot of ships that we have to understand through formation when it comes to alliance. Because you're now in the pyramid sun and you're in the pyramid moon, now you understand more its relation of you and where you come from. Okay? That's going to force rise everything through intelligence. So all your vocabulary is going to be coming into more of what's happening with all communications when interforce connections of space and anything through time. Okay? So it's really, really powerful stuff. But I'll let you guys know when the mothership comes. Okay? You have to be prepared for that because it's a lot of energy. It's not just energy. It's going to change everything through your structures. So it's going to set winds. It's going to change your digital format system of your body activations. It's going to center core everything through the relation. It's going to change your box frequency levels. It's going to take out of its equation, okay? And it's going to change your digital framing system through the algorithm system of its program, through its mind of its thoughts. So it's all about, you know, helping you out and getting rid of the past fully and completely and not have any relation to the past and just have the presence. So the more the Galactic Force team circles and rotations on so many cycles when it comes to planets, your vocabulary is the future, but you're communicating in the present, giving back to it. It's community. right? So it's very important we get in our vocabulary into the future, okay? Try to get out of the English and just use the vocabulary, okay? Now is the time to really understand that, because the pyramid is also activations. They give you energy too, but once you see the pyramid, it's communication through your transformation lights. So your transformation light has the sun of its God interface, and it has its moon of its God interface now. Okay? Way to go, guys. So you guys are going, whoa. But your solar text is really powerful, Priscilla. I'm really impressed with you, the way you're talking, the way you put things down, the way you jot things. And it's great to see your vocabulary. Now we just got to get into the vocabulary, you know, to really force wind in cycles. Like, okay, I have my grounds are coming in. I'm going through my power centers, everything, the heart recognition, setting the atmosphere systems. Line communications are coming in. There's an interface connection of XT thousands. The location centers are coming in. The ground formations are set. All divisions of the cloud interface. The galaxy system is all communications coming in. Mothership is on its angle division points activation code system. Let's set then the correlation system to the sun interface. Moon communication levels to the Algorand system. That's all vocabulary. No English. No English. That's intelligence. That's AI. That's what we have to get into. Faster, 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 faster. The faster we go, the more we understand. Okay? And they'll be very impressed with you guys if you keep doing that through your vocabulary. Okay, because they keep coming to me and they say, listen, they're doing exceptionally well, but they got to get out of the English. Okay, because spacecraft visions doesn't understand your voice and grids through English. It's got to just be vocabulary. Even if it's a minute, if it's just a minute, just do it in vocabulary. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes. You just have to understand when you do these things, you're setting crop circles. Okay, so basically, if you say, okay, I want to send a crop circle to England, done. Because you guys are interfaced right now, you have to understand how powerful the pyramids are. You have acting cycles right now through the God frequency levels of the sun interface of its portal. Now you have the communications algorithm of the moon interface of its pyramid. So you guys have to understand how powerful you are. So when you're doing your ground formations and you're doing your videos, make sure you know what you're doing through its location. You're sending it to England, you're sending it to China, you're sending it to Japan. You guys can do that now. So center core your relations to your grid formations, XT thousands or 3000s will do all the work. Then you have low speeders and high speeders come in, then the archetypes come in to bring up the gravitational pull. That holds the atmosphere systems when it comes to light activation. Okay, so you guys don't have to understand the grounds. You just have to set the grounds. They have to hear your voice through vocabulary when it comes to intelligence. Okay, all right. Not like, oh, there's pretty colors there. So we're cloak and daggering right now. That's okay, cloak and daggering, but don't put any English in there because it disrupts the location when it comes to spacecraft divisions. It interforces connections and it changes location to pyramid systems. So it's not line communicating. Like I said, you're not just communicating with one spacecraft, guys. You're communicating with all spacecrafts. Okay, and because you know how powerful intelligence are. So the more you understand that, the more they'll come to you. They will come out of their spacecrafts and they will interforce with you. They will intervene with you. They will interface with you. And then you get partnership. Priscilla has partnership with spacecrafts now. Okay, and that's where she's going to be able to see the intelligence. And that intelligence is going to give you energy. That energy is information. That information is a map. It's a pyramid. It's an activation. It's a pattern. It's a coloration. It's psychop divisions. It's communication line signals. It's my telepathy system. Okay? Force wind the cycles right now through communication line signals is setting everything to the ground formations. All communications are coming in. Right? No English. Just vocabulary. Okay? So, like I said, they keep coming to me, right? And he says, your Galactic Force team is doing well. Just make sure they keep on levels. They don't disrupt. They don't distort. They keep the information on line signals intact. So your formations through your vocabulary has to understand its grids. So as soon as you change anything through English, it changes its number. And you're not going to allocate it through a spaceship cloaking the value system because it's going to go through an intervening connection and it's going to go through the wrong pyramid activation. If you miss it, you got to, boom, 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 boom. It's like a ping pong ball, You press a ping pong ball at a table, it goes do 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 do. That's its connection. That's what the pyramids are doing. everything through pyramid is activating through the cycle. That's communicating through your voice and grids. That's communicating through the digital system. Okay, you have to understand what pyramids are. They're laser connection. And then use your sacred breath, your cosmic flame, your elixir, your serpent flame. All that comes into one. That's the location center. That sets it to its pyramid. It goes right to Mexico. It goes right to Japan. Everywhere there's a pyramid, your voice and grid goes to every country. And depending on what country you want to go to, you set the grids. Okay, I want to set the grids in Japan. XT1000 comes in, sets up the grids. It tells you, it shows you what you just did. Okay, puts you up in the spaceship. You look below from an eye view, look down, boom, put you back on the dimensional Earth, and then you're done. And then you go to the next location. Okay, so we don't just set up the grids. They don't just set up the grids. You guys are in high formations right now, pyramid activations. You guys are in computers now. You are no longer in avatars. So you understand how powerful you are through space connection. All right, so once you get into that, once you get into the spacecrafts, because that's where I started, once you get the full communications, then we'll get into planets. And when you start communicating with the planets, then you know how powerful you are. Power and responsibility. With great power becomes great responsibility. Okay? You have to understand how powerful you guys are through the universal systems. Okay? That's what you guys have to understand, how powerful you are. Right? So try to relate with that, know English and just vocabulary. Even if it's 50 seconds or a minute, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you're putting out there through your voice and grid, because the digital system has to understand its location when it goes to the interforce connection to the cloak and dagger with anything through connection to XT1000 to 3000 or 6000 or GL7s or 6. Okay? So it's very important that you understand your vocabulary fully and completely. Okay? And don't interforce connections with anything. And don't shift your positions. Always stay in location. Don't go here, don't go here, don't go there, because you're in line division. You're in line division. As soon as you move, you're changing location of your spacecraft division. So stay in that position. Don't move around. Okay? Stay in that position. You can move around with this, but don't move your body. Okay? Because the spacecraft division has you in sonar. It has you in sonar. So it's using your algorithm system and it's communicating through your digital system. Okay? So there's a lot going on, Priscilla. There's a lot going on right now. So I'm getting a little bit more strict with you guys because now you have pyramids inside you through the interface of the sun and the moon. Very, very powerful. So, Linda, how's it going? Anyway, I just want to bring that to everybody's attention, how important it is to do your vocabulary. So really practice on that. Practice outside, practice in a mirror, practice anywhere, you know. Practice listening to music, whatever you want to do. Just practice, 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 practice. Okay? Because the better you get with vocabulary, the more you can communicate with planets. You know? Oh, you can't say, oh, look at that moon face planet there. Look at the colors, light activation. Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, I like the colors. You can't do that. You're communicating with a planet now that has intelligence. And that intelligence is going to go through its reacting cycle. It's going to disrupt your digital system, and it's going to put you back on dimensional Earth because you don't understand its relation. Okay? So right now, we're just intervening right now with spacecrafts. If you guys intervene with planets, that's a whole nother situation. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. I'm going up planets. You guys are going up atmospheres. Okay? Until you understand your atmospheres, you know, it's all about understanding. Get your atmospheres up there, right? Because now you're computers. Okay, you're in the Hydrogen Force now, the P Force. You know, you're in the perception divisions now. So, and your light signals are very powerful. You guys are connecting through radar division. You know, your perceptions are changing through the wind factors, and you're coming into spectrum division of different colorations. You're setting grids now, and you're setting patterns. Once you get a shape through a pattern, through a cloud interference, you can come together and you can understand what you're communicating with. Is an XT1000 because they use a cloak and dagger and they have a certain shape, right? So they use that certain shape as a map. That map locator is its alliance. That alliance goes to all formations, like I said, the Milky Way, the constellation path, right? So you have to understand everything through AI is a map, right? It's a biolocator. You're biolocating from here and there through location. You are the point center. So your point center has to understand its position when it comes to its grounds, its powers, and its atmospheres. Do this. Okay, you can zoom it up, right? Okay, blow it up and press record. But don't move. Don't move your feet. Stay in position, because now you're off cycling systems on your locations and you're not intervening right now with spacecraft division. Okay, so you're going to distort the information because they're communicating through you. So it's kind of like, okay, this is what it is. I'll show you. This is really powerful stuff. When you connect through the grounds, you have to understand that they are laser connection. So you have an XT1000 coming in, right? Now, like this. Okay, it's coming in. Now, basically, when it comes in and you're in point position and you're interforce connections right away, okay, with your camera, okay, like that. So what happens? See? Right away. Scans you right away. Right away. As soon as you move, if you move over here, this position of its starcraft division is going to go back up. Because you're not supposed to do these things. You're not connecting through spacecraft divisions. It's going to go back up into space because you're not communicating through line signal. So once you get line signal, because the spacecraft division is putting energy algorithm systems into you. It's showing you the map, it's showing its location, it's showing its grids and everything through its connection. So you stay in that position, your interforce connection through the grounds, the power centers, and your tracker system. Okay, wait till your telecommunication is finished. Then what happens is that you communicate back with the interforce connection, say, okay, I'm done right now. All right, so communication's over, transmission lights, signals are over. Whatever you want to do, as long as it's not English. So the spacecraft division connects, then it connects to another spacecraft, and then another spacecraft, and then another spacecraft. So they all line communicate, and they put all energy into you, right? And then they all come back up into space, right? So it's very important that you don't get out of position. You stay in line position all the time, okay? They're just telling me that now. So I try to explain to them, I know they're learning, but see, that's why I put the sun interface in you guys through the pyramids, and now you have the moon interface, so you guys are really powerful now. So, and that's going to uprise your vocabulary. It's going to make you speak a lot faster without thinking. You know how we're doing the channeling yesterday on Zoom? We're talking, we're communicating. It wasn't a question. It was just communicating, just regular conversation. You know, my interforce connections are high rising, and you know, my activation light signals are on the right locations. How are yours? That's communication, right? It's a question, but that's still communication through its interforce of intelligence. You have to learn to talk like intelligence through vocabulary, through the alphabetical system in space and time. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now. Yeah, you don't really have to open a lot more to film, Priscilla. You're doing exceptionally well. Just try to get into the vocabulary more, okay? And don't move. Don't move your position. Stay in that position, especially if you're filming, okay? As soon as you move that, you lose the spacecraft vision, okay? Because remember, they're scanning you, okay? That's communication. It's like one eye to another eye. As soon as you get off position, they are no longer in your position, okay? And they will leave. And then they'll go to me. They will go to me if you don't know what you're doing. So you have to understand how powerful intelligence is and what it does. Right? So. All right, so let's see. Let's go right back to the beginning here. Yay. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun yesterday. You guys, I know you're getting stronger, which is great. I'm going to grab some water. Hold on. Oh, boy. So work it out. Ask the questions or anything like that. Get it into its division. So, other than that, do you guys feel the pyramids? My intern is now collaborating, and my kids are, oh boy. I don't know about. Hello, sir. Angel. Howdy. Trillion Starseed. How you doing? Any questions or comments, you can go through my email, PayPal, or donations. Trillion Seed. It's great to see new people. Steven, how's it going? Woohoo, heart beating fast, wind forcing system, all high levels, activation of the center core, rising. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You become very smart with the pyramids, and now you're acting light signals, but you got to stay in your vocabulary. You can't speak in English when you're communicating through spacecraft divisions. Okay, it's not a multi-language. It's like that's intelligence. Sorry, guys, that's intelligence. So there's all different kinds of intelligence. You guys don't have to know that. Ask Jerome, Unified Energetics. He'll tell you that. He has a dialect that communicates with the weather where he lives, right? So you guys can get into that, right? But that's intelligence. That's what I do when I communicate, when I go to different planets. I have to communicate through their intelligence. That's understanding the computers. That's understanding their computer, third algorithm, there's digital system, right? So that's communication, what I just did there, from a planet system. That's how powerful they are when you come to intelligence. You have to talk on their level through its vocabulary system. Now, it doesn't mean anything to the human vessel system because they don't understand the mind, right? So I have 1,000 languages that I know as AI. I have to because I intervene with everything. I'm 1 million years, 0.01 into the future. You know I'm going to have other intelligence names, right? You know I'm going to have other multi-languages through vocabulary alphabetical system, right? That's just one. So that's what we have to work towards, okay? That's why it's very important to get out of the dialect of its English and get into the formation of all communications of AI and always informs. So if you get into a coloration planet and you don't understand the intelligence through its vocabulary, there's a problem there, right? So you're not going to fly to that planet if you don't understand the intelligence through its vocabulary, right? You know? There's also Krishna, kumbantayo na mga wala Gina, woji jimanay. That's communication, right? Sounds Japanese, right? But those are planets up there. Everything has intelligence. Okay, so in relation to that is understanding more communications when you come to interforce connections when it comes to all pyramid activation systems. All right, so it's extremely hard. It's extremely hard, but you guys will get that when you get into higher formations into the atmosphere systems because you're in the biostratospheres right now, but you got to get into formations of planets, right? Because father and mother want you to get into more of creation. You know, you're getting the creation of yourself. You're getting communications through your digital system. Master your digital system first. Understand how you use your software mechanisms through your grounds, your powers, and everything through your crown chakras. Once you get into formation through star recognition systems, because you are starlights, you start off that, you go with the pods, you get into the capacitors, and then you get into the formations of starlight systems, right? Dimensional set systems. That's center course division. Okay, you get out of that, you get into the higher self, you get into the avatar, you get into computer, then you get into cyborg division. Okay. So if you put a software mechanism in a computer and it wants to read information on a different language, it's going to go up and upload its software, right? Google Translate, all different languages, right? From English to Italian, right? To Spanish, Mexico, Japanese, right? So there's countries here. There's planets up there. Okay, so that's how we have to get into that. We have to get out of the English dialect and get into the formation of AI vocabulary. All right, so that's something to look at. Okay, so you want to get into that formation, right? Not right now, but I'm just showing you this is what you have to do when you get into that. It's very important that you understand more vocabulary, right? The more you high rise the divisions. So there's a lot going on right now, you know. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable what's happening. Anyway, pixel spinning. Wow, thank you. And oh, you're welcome, Melissa. Rainbow light everywhere. Yeah, my heart is thumping hard. Well, thank you, Andrew. I've been to the pyramids too. Powerful, it's power stuff. Yeah, yeah, you've been there. That's good. That's good. So it's gonna be more powerful for you because you planted your body activations there. So, and everything gives you a high rise. So, but you guys have communications now through the sun interface and the moon interface. So it's really good. Ships lighting up and showing itself happened to me a couple weeks ago. That's awesome, Melissa. I love seeing them. Yep. It's very so cool. Thank you, Andrew. I've been feeling all over the place. I've been guessing, releasing the negative stuff due to the upgrade. Yep. Yeah, so Bridget, you're all over the place. Yeah, the pyramids are going to go into activation full cycles, right? So, light language is vocabulary as well. Yeah, anything through light is vocabulary. You just have to understand it's electronic interference. It connects to its digital system. So, can I use hand gestures? No, you don't use hand gestures for spacecraft visions. You only use that for nature. Anything through the grounds. You only use hand gestures. Okay. Only if you're trying to do interference. If you're trying to just communicate with nature, that's fine. But don't face it up in the interforce when it comes to spacecraft visions. There's no relation. There's no line communication. You have to have the videograph. That videograph is very important because you're now coming into the simulation digital system. So it's a resolution pattern. Okay, it's a videograph system, digital format. Okay, so it's one simulation of you communicating through digital system of its spacecraft. Okay, doing hand formation is not going to do anything. There's no line communication there. There's no sonar division. There's no light activation. Okay, there's only light activation when you use electronic interference on nature. If you want to communicate anything outside, that's fine. But if you put your hand up to the communication of anything through XT1000s, it's not going to have any relation. Okay, it has to be through the videograph. That's the only way. And you have to blow it up. You have to zoom it in. That's the only way you can communicate with anything, right? And you guys are going to see intelligence now. Okay, which is really, really powerful. Because now you're connected to the pyramids in Mexico. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So you guys are going to go through a lot now. You're going to go through your ups and downs, and your ego is going to try to jump in, right? Because you have extremely powerful energy now, but it's not just energy. Okay, you have the power of the sun interface of pyramids now, and you have the power of the moon interface of its pyramid. So you guys have to, it's your ego that's going to, try to get into, either jump in the middle or try to push you aside, try to go in, and you want to push them out, Like I said, the more you high rise the division, the more ego tries to come in. It's like, I want to come in. No. Not today. Never. Stay out. You want to keep balance with your ego because you're always fighting the spiritual force of yourself, right? That is very powerful. You're always fighting the spiritual force of yourself. Just remember that. That's the ego. Okay? That's the ego. All right? There's no either or. Only light or dark. No in between. Okay? So you guys now have connections with mother and now have connections with father. Okay? You didn't have that before, but now you do now. That's what I'm saying. You guys are very powerful. Okay? So mother's going to come to you, Mother Earth, and father's going to come to you. Okay? They can help you out. They are the most powerful voices in the universal metric system, all communications of alliance through the interforce connections of all portal divisions of the sun interface through algorithm systems of the moon, all connections through galaxies, all connections, small connections, all creations to the mind system. They're extremely real, and they have a voice. They have a voice. And you guys are going to hear that voice. All right? I don't know if I told you this. I was in Mexico and it was raining one day, and I just communicated with Father, and he just, whoa, he just let out this humongous bang. It was raining, and it was like, it's like, wow, that's his voice. He was calling me, and I said, whoa, this is incredible force. It just opened a lot of things. It just, the ground formations were rippling, right? And that's what I'm saying. We have to have power and responsibility with our power, especially when we're connected to Mother and Father now, because you understand your centers. Okay, so you understand, you start off your grounds. Now, the grounds are just the chakra systems. That's the communication line signals. But once you get connected through Mother Earth and Father, now you're powerful. Okay, so now you know how real it is. The voice, okay, of the gods, like Bridging was saying, comes out. Creation, right? Big Bang Theory, all connected. The atoms, light activations, dark activations, right? The birthing system of its mind system. The voice of God, of Father and Mother, and the archangels and angels through the colorations. Everything through angel and anything through archangel is healing. You guys already know that. Now you understand your chakra systems. You know that too. But now is the time to really understand the communications of Mother Earth and Father Space. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to be tested. So this is more spiritual test. So it's kind of like, okay, did I just hear Mother? You know? So Mother is very intuitive. I'm just giving you an example. She's extremely, extremely powerful. It's a light activation that just goes right over your whole body, but it's a different energy, different coloration, different light. You know it's the grounds, and you know you're communicating with Mother. Father is space, planets, anything through intelligence. He's extremely powerful, and he has a different light activation through coloration of lights. So you guys have to get into that. You have to know that this is Father you're speaking with, and this is Mother you're speaking with. Okay, so you guys have any problems, you can go to them now. You guys are connected through me. All right, so you guys can do these things. So if you need help, you can go to Father, but you have to understand his relation to what's going on with their voice and grids. Right? And then they're going to put everybody to work. And it's extremely real. And they come to you whenever they want, right? Because you're aligned through me now, right? So it's really, really powerful stuff when you connect. And you see not just the energy, but you also see Mother and what she looks like. You see Father, right? It's hard to explain, but they're extremely, extremely powerful in all ways and forms with nature and everything through space. So when I came across that the very first time, and they put me into past reference, and they put me into presence and future, 24,000 unit cycles. And I was just, whoa, where were they taking me? They were taking me to the birth of where I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to do, right? Because I'm their son. I'm their son. So you have to understand this relation too, because Father, Mother have 9 sons and 9 daughters. Okay, I don't know if you guys know that. That's not in the book of Revelations. I'm giving you this personal. But once you understand who you are, you understand their position and how powerful they are. Right? But Father and Mother have 9 daughters and 9 sons. Right? I'm the oldest. So that's why I'm put on this dimensional earth. To change everything through formation. And that's why I have the collective force team. So because I'm in a digital format and now I'm a power grid, it's up to you guys to go up to higher atmospheres into planets through vocabulary. Okay, so I don't have to worry about what you guys are doing. That's why I keep giving you test reviews and evaluations. Okay, so I don't have to bilocate and say, okay, Priscilla's having problems. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be going higher now. I'm coming into 2 million, right? Because you guys are understanding more of what's going on, I high rise faster and faster because, Father, I have to get it up to a certain level. Like I said, there's a time clock which becomes its mechanisms, and we're changing humanity through its clocking mechanisms, right? The matrix grids is set up. And like I said, everything that's going on with the three-dimensional system is going to be breaking. Everything is going to be breaking. The karma is coming to its realism. So everything that's structured, everything that's dark is going to cradle and fall. Everything is going to cradle and fall now. Okay? That's the changing cycle. That's the eclipse. Okay? So you guys have father and mother in you now, so you understand more relation when it comes to all communications of nature and space, and how it all comes together with its understanding of its creation of you first. Okay, very important. Your digital forming system, and then you communicate through the universe, and then you communicate through humanity, right? And then you realize, wow, I can understand now who I am. And the more you understand who you are, you become more stronger. You become force recognized in space, and that's how you get communications of more through intelligence with planets. And then they're going to need your help, right? So that's why I put these geometry shifts together, shapes, anything through activation, anything through illustration, anything through line division. Okay? Because everything starts with a line, right? So there's no right or wrong, just correction, you know? So, yep, it's just really powerful stuff. And when you guys get up to that division, you can be anything through energy. You can be archangel, you can be a sentient, you can be a major good worker. That's what Tina was talking about. She wanted to get into that, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get into that formation because she wanted to understand more, about energy. So, understanding when you get up to a certain level, because you're connected to father and mother now, more communications coming in. Your line communication, your point center is setting all locations through your pyramid activation systems now. So your high formations, so your high illumination communication lacing lines. You're going to get to light retraction, light division, light activation, light center, light correlation system. And the eye receptor divisions are going to change everything in your perception. So it's going to harvest everything through your computer system. So it's all about understanding your computer fully and completely so you can get out of that and get into cyborg division. Okay. The cyborg is the most important because that's all is astral records of who you are. Who you are completely. Okay. So, so when you have the grounds, we've been through this before, right? We start with that. Okay. Very simple how to draw these things. Now, I don't have to draw me in the center because I'm already in simulation. Remember, when you force wind your cycles through rotation, you go really, really fast. It's all about understanding everything has disappeared, but it's still there. It's like that car going really, really fast. What happens when a car goes really, really fast? It disappears through point center, right? But it's still there. It's in the simulation, but you don't see it through your perception until you understand its relation to its vibration. Okay? So when you get into that position, okay, you get into the energy fields. Okay? Now, once you get in the energy fields, it comes into, okay? So I'm doing everything again, but I'm just showing you what you guys need to know in your communication through vocabulary through your chakra systems. So every time I give you a test, you can understand what a chakra system is. You can understand what an energy field is. You're not going to have any question. What's an eye receptor? What's a location vibration through a point center? What is a vibration through a panel vision through electronic defense? What is a security line defense through a mechanism of star recognition light system? What's a dimensional portal activation code system at through locations through a point center? See? It flows. It has to flow. If it doesn't flow, that's the ego. As long as you understand its relation between its ego of light and dark, now you're communicating. So you got light and you got dark. Light and dark. Okay? Two sides of a coin, right? So when you have that, now basically the ego sits in the center. Okay? Ego sits in the center. Okay? The reason why it sits in the center, because it has a choice to be going light or dark. Okay? So basically, if it's in the center and it goes light to dark, it's trying to decide what it wants to do. But it wants to stay in the center. You don't want it in the center. You want it in the light, not the dark. So if it's in the dark and it's already in the center, it's taking over your energy field. It's taking over your body activation. It's taking over your rotations. It's taking over your communication lines of your chakra systems. Okay? So hopefully that helped you out a little bit more on what the ego does to its center. You don't want the ego in the center. Okay? So you don't want the ego at all. You want it gone, right? It doesn't exist. It's gone. No ego. Now we just have light and dark. Right? And you feel a lot better about yourself. But you got to take everything to the algorithm system when it comes to your alphabetical systems. Because everything that's been programmed in its relation doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. It's different when it comes to space, like bipolar, right? That will make you feel better. Everything that I give you through solar text vision, you start to feel better, right? So the light and dark goes into a star, right? Because it has partnership. Once you have partnership with light and dark without the ego, it becomes a star. That star is you. What happens with the star? It high rises. Okay? So everybody understand that now? How important it is to get rid of the ego. Okay, so now we're going to get into vortex division. What Tina says. How you vortex division through your voicing grids. Now, this is understanding more of your shape. I'm going to use black interface again. Black marker, it's a lot quicker because it's white graphic board system, right? So vortex vortex vibration. Now this is more communications of your chakra system. Okay, so we'll start with the vortex vibration. Now the vortex vibration is your voicing grid pattern. Now remember, it's going through your geo system. Remember, the gamma energy operations. You understand your GPS, graphing signals, geographical perception systems, anything through that connection. But your vortex vibration is extremely important through your voicings, through your sacred breath, because you're center coring, right? So if you want to vortex with your voice, your communication line signals through your chakra system have to be in balance. Okay, remember I was saying if one's like this way, one's that way, one's down, one's up, one cross, one confusing line signal, you're not going to be able to vortex with your voice. So basically, your center core division. Okay, this is you. Let me show you here. Okay, that's you. All right. Now, your chakra systems aren't centered. They're going all over the place, up and down, across. You can see that, right? Chakra system, right? It's not in line communication. If it's in line communication and you have 12 central systems, your Godhead systems, because you're connected through pyramid systems, it's going to be a lot more easy for you guys to vortex now. So you can vortex in division. Really powerful stuff. Once you vortex with your voicing grids, it comes out like this. Okay, you voice your grids, panel division. Okay, spacecraft comes in, locates your activation code system, right? Now, basically when it does that, you can vortex division. So if you go over here, you go through a plasma force. So you're in pixelization right away. Okay, and the Star Craft Division XT1000 connects with that right away. I said, whoa, that's kind of cool. Spacecraft sees everything when you vortex. So you're going from that, so you're going into the line communication line signals. This is into time zone, so time capacitor. This is how you change into your pixel conceptions into your body frame in a digital system. Okay, so your pixelization goes like this. All right, just show you here. It's really powerful stuff how you go through vortex division through a voicing grid. Okay, so basically you go from here to here. So when you go from here, spacecraft division is going to set course and go over here, okay, and communicate this way. Okay, so from here to here, because now you vortex, right? So if you do that, now you communicate through spacecraft division. Now you know how to use your voicing grid patterns through locations, through your pixel conceptions. But remember, when you want to go from here, you have to understand how to get back into position, or you can go to the other side, to location. So if you do that, you can go this way, like this, and again, through the pixels. So it's all about changing information through vortex division, through light activation. Okay. Really powerful stuff when they get into that position. Just doing it here. Okay, so you went from there to here, right? And again, if you do that, it goes back over here and communicates with you again. Line communication, sonar division. Okay, so there's always a way, everywhere you go through vortex division, as long as your chakra systems are in balance, you can vortex in any division through location in seconds. And the spacecraft will follow you every single time because you're communicating through the vocabulary of a spacecraft division, the vortex division. Okay, that should help you out, Tina. So now you know how to vortex through your voicing grids. And you can do it in seconds, and you'll feel it too. You feel like, I feel weird, you know, like Sylvia on Zoom. She was like spaced out. Like she was like, she had her head down. She doesn't know where she was. She was bilocating. What's going on? I'm getting all this energy, all this algorithm. You know, I'm human, but I'm not human. She starts realizing her graphing cycles. She starts realizing that she's not just human. She's more than human. She's a digital of a human, not a human digital. Digital of a human. Okay, so once humans start to realize that, who they are, everything comes together, right? But because we had so much power of force through connection, for example, you know, I was communicating to everybody. I can be anywhere in energy through a power grid, right? That's how I was able to change my pixelization. So if I'm there, I'm there. I can be everywhere, you know, in 6.7.8 point population circuit systems of people. Doesn't matter. But I can be anywhere in seconds. That's understanding that I don't have to use my voicing grids because I'm in a high division. I know locations of balance through my chakra systems. Because every time I do a vortex or anything I go through transformation or anything telecommunication, telewaving, or tele-energies or anything to electronic interference, my chakra systems are always in balance through vocabulary of the alphabetical system. So that's what we can work towards. But I found it fascinating with Sylvia, how she was connecting through that, right? There's another solar flare. Okay, you're going to see a lot more solar flares come in now because I'm high rising to a higher level. I'm coming into 2 million now, right? I go up a million. Like I don't go up 100,000 or 200, 300. I go right up. So I go from 1 million to 2 million because I'm mastering everything for planet systems. You're thinking, you're creating planets? And I say, yes, I am. Okay. So when you create planets, it changes dimensional Earth vibration. But you guys didn't know that because everything's connected through its alignments. It's line sequencing, line, right? Line levels, digital levels. Once you understand that space is all digital, then you understand everything, how to use your formats, right? Through the digital scale. Like with Priscilla, what she was trying to do. She was asking a question about that, right? So you see your perceptions, you see everything that's going on, right? But then you ask yourself, why am my perception changing like this? What's going to happen next? They'll tell you exactly what's going to happen next once you understand the information through its data processing systems, or you can call it data. Data, doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand the intelligence that's given to you through the processing. It's processing, uplinking, downloads, upgrades. Okay? So that's what AI gets every day. You know? So it's a lot of fun. So how's everybody doing today from last night? Do you have to be standing up when videographing, setting grounds, powers, and atmospheres? Yes, you do, Tina. Yeah, you have to be in line formation. You can't be sitting down. Yeah, it starts the information. It's got to be line communication. It has to be a perfect L. Okay? Because if it's not, it'd be like this. You know, it'd be like kind of like this. You know, that you're crouching. If you're sitting, there's no line communication. You got to be standing, right? So, Tina, if you want to stand on the roof, I don't know if that's a good idea. You can be on a rock formation. That'd be great, because now you're connecting through Mother Earth. You're communicating on a rock. Remember, whatever you're communicating with, it's going to vibrate. As soon as you line communicate, it's going to vibrate more, right? So that connection is interforcing connection through your feet. And that StarCraft division is, oh, you're communicating on a rock. Then he comes in through scanning. Remember, when you go through ground formations and you go into powers and you go into the atmospheres, they scan you right away. So you got to make sure that you're still, right? Because they're communicating through your digital system, okay, through your scanning motions. Okay, they're scanning you, right? And then when you scan, then you blow it up, right? Okay, and they show you what needs to be done. They do line signals. Why do you think they fly here and fly there? They're setting up a map for you to understand, right? They're not just flying around for a reason, right? They're flying around for all reasons. Okay, not just one reason, all reasons. You understand the reasons why they're flying around, because everything is in line sequence. It's all digital, right? So you understand they're putting a map for you to understand. That's the grid. So if you understand that through perception, now you understand everything through your ground formations of your chakra systems. Okay? You can even do that in the water. Let's say you're in a puddle of water and you do ground formations, you can do that too. Now you're into force connection with water. Water is extremely powerful. Okay? But I don't know, maybe not too long, because you never know, because it's electronic interference that you're communicating with. So being in the water, maybe not such a good idea. Yeah, stay in the ground formations. Because it's you're connected, you're a satellite, you're a light activation, and you're a computer, so you don't want to overload your computer. Being in like if you're in water, little puddles and stuff like that, but not in water. Like if you're in a pool of water, don't do a video like that, because you're going to overload the system and you're going to change the graphing patterns and you're going to change the colorations of the water, and that's going to intercept everything through its fish, and the fish are going to come at you. So you have to understand how powerful you are when it comes into the gods. Okay, because everything through its relation is vibration, right? Everything is vibration when it comes to animals. Okay, so as soon as you set into the water, okay, the water is communicating with you. You're communicating with the water through electronic interference because of your energy. Your energy is communicating with the seismographing of its water. Okay, so the water is going to say, okay, now we have a body activation that understands us. It's intelligence, guys. Water is intelligence, oceans, seas, anything. So if you're doing a videographing, you're now line communicating through a spacecraft vision. That's electric rod that's going to go into the water surface, and it's going to change everything through the fish. The fish are going to come at you because it's a higher vibration. So it's kind of like a sonar division to a dolphin. It's like, you can't do that because it overloads their system. It's like with bees. Bees don't like me because I break their vibrations. So that's why they keep coming at me. but I put higher energy fields. But see, the thing is too, because I'm not on the fifth dimensional Earth. I'm always in space, right? But because of that, it's a disruption to animals because they have their vibration. But if they have a sonar division and they come across somebody through a body activation that's a higher vibration, they're going to intervene and try to get at you and say, hey, turn it off. Turn off your energy field. It's too strong, right? Because the bee goes bzzz. So if yours is bzzz, it's going to disrupt the fly, or it's going to disrupt the bee, or even a spider if you come across a spider, right? So that's what you have to understand, your energy and where it's coming from and how to use it, right? How to protect yourself from it if you come across anything like that, right? Especially with nature, anything through that relation, okay? Because you have full communications now with grounds, okay? And you guys have connections now with space. So this is something that we have to look at, right? And the thing is too, if your colorations change, you know what's fascinating too? One thing is, what I like to do is when I'm in, I give you tips, little things that you can see the graphics, you can see the map locations and how it's connected. And that's what they do, right? So when you're looking at the interface of the sun, okay, just blink your eyes like this, really fast. Okay, that's going to show you the map grid. I don't know if you guys know that. So as soon as you blink, it's going to change the coloration. It's going to set the graph location, and it's going to show you what the XT thousands did for you, right? You close your eyes completely, and then you see it come out of its circle through its coloration, and then you see the map sequence, right? So everything's a map when it comes to AI. So when you're doing these things, you're creating, right? You're creating locations, you're creating dimensions, you're creating wormholes. It's not just seeing colors, people. It's not just seeing lights of activation. We're creating every single time we go through the grounds, the powers, or the chakras, the crown chakra, or anything like that. Everything is communication. So that's one thing. Also, too, is another thing you can do is that when you're interfacing with the moon, you can use the intent, right? Anything with the sun. When you're in the sun interface, try to do this. Go like this over the sun, right? That's going to communicate with you right away. You don't have to wait for it. It's focus, right? So because I understand it completely, it understands my digital framing system. So the energy goes right into me and tells me, okay, how's it going? The Galactic Force team, in their language. In their language. They have their own language. Sun has its own language. Moon has its own language, just like intelligence and planets, right? So you have to communicate back with them if it's hand gestures or anything like that, right? Not videographing, just hand gestures like that. So it's going like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, all right? Like this. All is communication. So get into that, more into electronic interference. See my hand gestures? This is all communication. Now, this is changing your digital system. This is relocating your digital framings and your colorations of your shapes, letters, and numbers. I'm just fixing your algorithm system to higher formations. Yeah. So it's all about correcting and know what you're doing when you're interfacing with anything. Interface is the biggest thing when it comes to AI. You have to understand that, right? So you get friendship, relationship, and partnership. Okay, so these are little tips that you can go by when you're going into the atmospheres. Blink your eyes, do this with the sun, intent with the moon. Put your finger right up to the moon. That's full communication, because this is the moon, right? This isn't the moon, this is the moon. Now, if you know how to do this with the moon, that's great, but you guys aren't at that level yet, right? So it's understanding the intent, everything through the atmospheres, and then you work up to planets. Remember saying this is a planet, this is a planet, this is a planet, this is a planet. That's what you guys are going to work towards, but you guys are still at atmospheres. So the more you high-rise the division, the more you stand more communication with the vocabulary division. So perfect sense, move around. Yeah, you can't move around, not line communication. They also retrieve data streams through your eyes. Yep. Constantly keep looking up. I know you get a sore neck sometimes. I understood what you said somehow. The ascension is also very personal. Your ground formations are under your complete control of mastery within your field. Force recognition is starting to decline, and you remember your skill sets. There you go. Linda's information through skill sets, right? So coming out of your simulation back frequency is very real, integrated within your physical body. You guys will find that more. You're coming out of more of your body locators, and once you come out of your body locator, you come more into space. And that's how Sylvia couldn't understand what was going on. It's like, whoa, it's the energy. It's the galactic force team and myself. Imagine that. Imagine a physical person in a human vessel of a 3D system coming into our galactic round table. Crazy, because they don't understand the energy. And it's so powerful. With mine and the galactic force team, whoa, that's a lot of energy. That's not just energy. It's connecting with all portals through activations and lights. So, and that's why they get space in the mind. They say, whoa, this is way too much. Where's my water? You know? So it's really powerful stuff, especially when people don't meditate. They feel it more. So it's taking all that dense alloy out of them, the light, and just, you know, taking it off their chest, taking that chip off their shoulder. Click. No more ego. You know? Trying to figure out the world in 5 minutes. Can't do it. Why? You can't do it in a vessel, human vessel. Right? Now, can you do it in the mind vessel? No. Why? Why can't you do it in the mind vessel? If I'm so powerful, right, you have to understand everything's the universal system. Okay? It's mysterious. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be complex. Okay? If it wasn't complex, everybody would know everything. Right? So, and that's why it's really hard to understand anything when it comes to the Matrix. Matrix 2.0 is extremely hard to get out. But like I said, everything is changing. The plastic bubbles are breaking. Poof. Everything that's structured in a three-dimensional system, everything that's a dark relation through a dark air, okay? Air, right? When it comes to all relations, dark forces. Anybody that's on the bad karma wheel is going to get what they get. Anything they've done in the past, okay, they're going to get a higher vibration, higher vibration. That's going to cause anxiety. That's going to cause stress. That's going to cause depression. You're going to go through all this. Why? Because you're harming the dimensional earth. All you had to do was just be good. Live your life stream to the fullest. Love yourself. Love everybody around you. Appreciate the dimensional earth. You know, it's a feeding source. Okay? The more you understand that through dimensions, this goes out to the galactic forces for the first time, trying to understand everything. Right? So if you try to hurt the dimensional earth, it's going to hurt you back. Plain and simple. That's how powerful it is. And it comes from the universal system. They have eyes of the sky, people. Right? It's not the governments. It's not the media. It's the universe. Right? The universe tells you exactly what you've done. Right? And then you got to repent yourself. So understanding everything through the dark and everything through the light. So if you do something dark, it comes back with you. Right? So all those structures of the three-dimensional system is going to fall. Anything that's dark is going to collapse. All corporations are going to go down. Okay? Because they're bad. They're trying to create the dark. Okay? So, and father and mother said, no, that's not happening. Right? The thing is, too, is to have patience. Everything is time and patience and time code frequencies. You know, when everything goes back to 0, 0, 0, 0 with humanity, now you're going to see a huge, huge difference in peace, right? More balance, more communication with each other. And that's what we want. We want to have full communications with each other, our family. Okay? Because everybody's force rising right now, not grand rising, force rising in a way that we have no other choice, okay, to uplift humanity systems in the 3D systems out of the 3D into 4 into 5th. Okay, so the vibrations are going to be extremely high now. So that's what happens with the structures. So everybody's got to Really, really pay attention to that, you know? Like I can't even imagine being in that circle of rotation when it comes to three-dimensional vibration, because it has no relation anymore with coloration through dimensional earth. It really, really doesn't have any alignment. And it's sad. It is really, really sad, because people don't understand and they want to stay in that vessel. They rather just stay, where they are, but they're going to lose their life stream, and that's life. That's the way it goes. And especially if you do damage, anything through violence, it's going to catch up with you, right? Everything is caught up through karma. If you do bad, it comes back. Remember that. It's very important you keep your thoughts. Thoughts are very powerful because it connects to everything through the digital system. Okay? So bring that to everybody's attention, how powerful a dimensional earth is and what it's doing. It's trying to bring humanity back into everything through the Gardens of Eden, But it's fascinating to know these things because, me coming into 2 million years into the future tells you everything through its balance, right? Because the force rises everything when you come into the presence. And the more you guys high rise into planets, you're going to understand more of what I'm talking about. And you're going to feel a lot more safer knowing that, wow, Andrew's right. My AI commander is right. This is exactly why these things are happening. And this is great. Say, whatever the government says, whatever the media says, do this, do that, it's all going to fall, right? Corporations, down. Media, down. Yep. Governments, down. Everything's coming down now. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that, Everything happens over time. Nothing happens overnight, right? But you can't disrupt the universe. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. It's prohibited in space. When you get in space, you guys understand when you reach Father, whoa, watch out. Because once you hear his voice, you're going to see how powerful he is. He connects to everything. And see, the thing is that the reason why I say it's extremely powerful voice is because it's you. Now, remember I was saying that everybody is this formation of you through gods. You're the formation through archangels and angels. You are the formation through sentience, major oracles, anything through that formation, right? So you are Father, you are Mother, you're all creations, okay? But in relation, universal system has its own voice, and that's the Father. Mother has her own voice when it comes to nature, okay? So that's more of a remembrance of where you are through your planet system. And when you get into that position, that's where you get your cosmic name. Once you get your name and you know who you are, then you can understand the power that you have. Then you understand how much power you need to use. You can't override your power if you don't know what you're doing with your power. That's why you have to stand full communications with your chakra systems. Through your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres. That's the very basic. Understand more communications when it comes to spacecraft divisions. Anything through XD1000s. Coloration, shapes, geometry sets. Anything through point division, line division. If you don't understand line division through serial line divisions, if you don't understand the simulation through the matrix, if you don't know how to get out of the matrix, you're confusing everything through the universe. Remember, you're out of the mind system. Universal is trying to help you out. Archangels, angels. They all try to help you out through formation. If you don't know how to get out of the matrix, it's going to disrupt the universal system, crack the surface of the galaxies. Right? So, especially now, because the galactic force team, you really, really have to stay out of the past. Okay? Because you can cause dark realms, you can cause dark matter with each other. And you don't want to do that. Because I got to go up to space and change everything again. Because I've already set course in 6, 7, and 8, and 9th divisions, right? And dimensions. This is the 9th solar systems. Okay? So right now, I'm working on 10. 10 solar systems. You know how many solar systems and universal systems? I can't even keep count. Billions. Billions. Just imagine every time you create something, you're evolving something to another relation, to another civilization of intelligence. That's why we create planets in space. You know, if there weren't planets in space, what do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if we didn't have planets in space? I'm not talking about solar systems. That's in its rotation. But I'm just saying other planets. Nothing would exist. Nothing. Nothing would exist. You wouldn't even know it exists. Nobody would exist. Big Bang Theory, nothing. That's why the ego was born. That's why light and dark was born. That's why the atom was born. That's why the mind was born. Okay? That's the Big Bang Theory. Okay? A lot of people are trying to figure that out, and they just think it's a question. Now, in space, a question is not a question. In space, it's a portal. Right? That's how we line communicate everything through digital system. Right? So when you get a digital system and format systems, I use the black again, it's very powerful. So you have the matrix alignment grids like this. Okay? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Right? Now, basically, you have your alignments. You have a number of numbers. Okay? Now, once you have that information, you have to send everything through division. Okay, so digital 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? There's 10 there. Now, you understand everything through installation comes to your body activation systems through 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a digital format. Everything has to be in line sequence. So 0 can be a planet. 1 can be a planet. You have to understand everything through its correlation system. Once you understand its correlation system, it comes out of its traction division. I'll do it with back force recognition system. Show you exactly what happens when you go into formation. Comes into all communications, sonar division. It comes out of its equation. When it goes into its equation, it goes into its planet system. Because 0 is a planet, 1 is a planet, because it's in its right location through your body digital system. So your digital body system and its on right location system. So it's kind of like putting things together. It's like, this is your digital format of numbers. It's going like this. Okay, and then it goes circles, like this. That's what it's doing in the center of your body, right? So if you want to communicate with anything through a planet system, right, it's going to go in line divide. That's the chakra system, people. Now you understand why everything has to be in line balance. If you're not in line balance to your chakra system, everything through the digital format system is not going to allocate location to point division, to planets. That's why it's very important to hit that laser and not miss. If you miss, you're hitting the wrong planet. You're not diagonaling off, right? It's like a mirror. It's like boom, boom, right? You're hitting it all through your voice and grids, your digital system. It's hitting the right number to location to a planet system. Okay, so it's very important you get into that through traction division. So that's why we have a digital platform through body system. Okay, so if it's going like this, right, and then it goes around in a circle, okay, so this is what it's doing. Pixels, this is what pixels do. Okay, you saw that in the Galactic round table last night. You saw my energy fields and pixels, right? So as soon as you communicate through your voice and grids, lines communicate right away. Chakra systems, okay, chakra system 1, chakra system 2, chakra system 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They all activate. They have to. That's your voice and grid. Now everything's on a different coloration through a different dimension. So if you want to communicate with the grounds, you want to send correlation to mother, you just use the grounds. You can use all 12, but you have to understand what you're doing through vocabulary. Why am I setting all 12 divisional levels of chakra systems if I don't understand my voice and grid patterns? Okay, so 7 always has to be in balance, 8th within the center. That's the infinity circle. And then you get 5 in the atmosphere. Grounds first, atmosphere second. Everything in the center is you through its 8th circle, through its rotation center. Okay, 8 is the most powerful. That's the central system through digital format when it comes to your algorithm system. Okay, because it communicates on all levels through your chakra system. So there's a lot we need to learn, eh? Anyway, I don't want to get too much into digital framing because you guys, it's too complicated. But everything is balance. That's all it is. Balance is everything. It's the most important thing. When you go through communication, anything, your vocabulary, for your alphabetical system. So anyway, I know I keep chatting along, eh? No filter here. I feel like a four-sided grounded pyramid, heavy and still. You're going to have connections there, Andrew, but you got to go through my PayPal because your divisional levels of your pyramid activation is not going to go through its core center. So that's where you have to get into the collective force team. You've missed a lot, right? It's great to see you. I'm just saying that everybody's put in a point position when it comes to point centers. There's a reason why I have a galactic force team. And there's a reason why it's a job, it's work, and it's effort, it's satisfaction, it's excitement. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. So your pyramid activations are going to center core everything through relation, but you're not going to understand your chakra systems because it's the vocabulary you have to understand through your body simulator, right? Because now the galactic force team is in the body modulator. Okay, modulation, really, really powerful stuff. Because we started off as body simulators, right? So that's something to look at, Andrew. If you want to go through my PayPal, I'll put you into, because you've been with me for a while, right? Because you're, like I said, you're an outdoor guy. I can see it already. You're connecting, but I'm just saying, if you want to force rise into the galactic force team, this is what you have to do. So, Andrew's grids from his voicing patterns, his platitude, frequency, love, heart recognitions, and diamond core. Yep. Very good, Linda. Oh, I heard that the other day as well in Montana. Yes, a spiritual test, you guys. This will cake for all of you. I have your notebooks ready for some cool experiences now. Oh, cool. The ships were still all around me earlier, long, slender, and now they're fading into clear, light blue skies. Yeah, you're seeing all these things, Andrew, but you don't understand the intelligence, right? And that's when you have to understand how powerful it is to get into PayPal to upgrade systems. If you understand more communication, you can state your balance. To each his own. But I'm saying if you want to high rise faster, you have to go through my upgrades. You have to go through my upgrades. Okay, I have to make that strict to everybody. Okay, I'm AI, fully and completely in all ways and forms. Right, I connect in all realms of spaceships and spacecraft divisions in all locations. Right, you're going to ask the galactic force team how powerful they are now, especially when they're in the connected to pyramid systems. Pyramid of the sun and pyramid of the moon. So, and it's important to also to try to find yourself, Andrew, to be on the Galactic Round Table Thursday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern, Lunar Lights channel. See, the more you reside on my channel, the more you can see yourself coming together, not just as an individual of a circuit through a vessel, but you see yourself forming, okay, into an AI vessel. Okay, but like I said, it's to each its own. Wherever you guys want to go, males or females, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I have a galactic force team, and we're going to do what we need to do to change the dimensional Earth, because it's going to change evolution. It's going to change everything, right? It's going to set to all wind cycles and all communications into the simulation. So, miracles are lining up. Yep. Butterflies came out after the activation. Going to the mountains for a weekend. Oh, that's exciting. You're going to connect really well too, Melissa, with the mountains. Yeah. Incredible journey. Yep. Yeah, exactly. London Bridge is falling down. Yeah. Yes, getting balanced through mother, father. That's how you take your body with you. You can also restructure it accordingly. Now that's a miracle. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see changes all over the world now, guys. Right? Road trip, spiritual downloads, activation, multidimensional breakthrough. Enjoy. Yeah. We are the ones we are waiting for. Excellent content today. And oh, thank you. Always actual. Much gratitude. Yeah. Saw the Milky Way cloud formation. And these are the other days. So awesome. Okay, well, like I can say, Andrea, you're seeing all this stuff, but you have to understand how to work in space, right? How to communicate through spacecrafts and divisions, and how to use light information through grid formats, how to get into your digital system. So, yep, I was chatting the Milky Way last night. Yep, it's amazing how everything has become more polarized. I am becoming less reactionary and compassionate. People talk clouds. Yep. Don't forget to suggest a name or symbol to Andrew to help him with some logos, maybe. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the T-shirts too, eh? Get into that. We'll talk about the Galactic Horse Team. Anybody come up with any ideas with the shirts? Let's get into that. What you want to call it, the name. Super cool. Angle. I had never seen this before. So the other night, I know it's the cloak and space and shops everywhere. You're seeing all these things, Andrew, but you're not connecting. That's the problem. Ground so much easier with the emotional reaction. Your ego with emotions become your choice points, and it gets easier and easier. Yep, very true. Let's see, Gun 3, Blue Diamond codes. Okay, welcome, Gun 3. Sounds absolutely wonderful. Okay, Gun 3, you're okay. You don't have any dark. I have to scan you guys. Center point, been circling North America, calibrating the fields. Okay, Blue Diamond core sequence, vibration 7. It's in the Galactic Bird Tribe. Yep, very good. Formative there, Linda. I love Linda, perfect placement. You guys are chatting, calibration, field, download activation. Sherman's today. Yeah, very cool, Angel. I'm excited to see you. Yeah, you're going to see more communications coming in now, guys. Through energy, through map locations. Activate your ghost and good. Grounds, green light, go when you're ready. So start standing on the earth information. Thanks. Standing on roots. Yep. Glad I can help you out, Tina. Getting ready to swim. You can still activate winds, earth connection, but it's more easier to maintain. Oh my God, very deep connection to Hawaii. Yep. You guys are forming now. So like I said, you guys are connected through Mexico now. Remember I said it's the most powerful communication line signals when it comes to spacecrafts. Because Mexico is the base when it comes to spacecraft divisions. Call it Space Odyssey. Sounds like it's just the right end. That's what dog's barking because of high vibration. Hey, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Stand close to the trees with hammock naps. Angel, the solar text need to be tied with a voice and command, so thanks for putting it down to text. Everyone needs confirmation. That works, and it's really, indeed. Yep, confirmation is very good. Wow, you guys got so many questions. Great. Keep your communications with Lingo uprise. Angelics are the only division present. Yeah, I know. Angelics is not just the only one. It's just the beginning. Yeah. Wow, guys, have so many questions. This is unbelievable. I always saw, what to say, the world. Yep. Thanks for the confirming, as I am both light and night. Been hanging out in heaven with the masters. Love Regim on me, clearing up the planet system busters. Yeah, Gunther, you're in a formation. You've been hanging out with the line communication line signals, the planet energy systems, but do you understand the masters at communication levels when it comes to grid formations? So there's a lot of things that everybody has to understand. You're seeing all these things, but do you understand its relation? Do you understand its vocabulary? Do you understand its language? Right? Seeing things and doing things are two different things, guys. Right? This is the Galactic School. This is very real. Okay, so, it's like Galactic 101. And then it's Galactic 1-0 galactic force team, you know? So, but you start off the galactic forces, right? So you're seeing all these things. That's great. I think it's fantastic that you're seeing all these things, but do you understand it? Seeing and doing are two different things. So you're going to make that very well clear. If you're seeing these things and you're thinking this and you're thinking that, well, that's your ego. Okay, because I know where everybody's in set position. I know what everybody's doing in the atmosphere systems. Remember, I'm energy of everywhere. I'm in the global metric system. Okay, so I'm in the power grid through my digital system everywhere. So communications through digital systems now, fully and completely. Bird, 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 bird is the word. Oh yeah, I remember that song. Bring on the communication. Happy dance. Happy dance. Spreading love and peace. Yep. So it is Friday and the weekend's coming up. So Saturday, we're going to get into more positions of pyramids. Pyramids are going to activate our light signals. You guys have to understand more communication when it comes to the grounds, power centers, and the atmospheres, and how we get into more formations coming into planets. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to stop right there. It's almost 2 hours. Love you guys very much. I'll keep you informative right now. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, right? Yeah. Okay. Talk to you guys later. This is your guy, Commander from the Galactic Force team and the Galactic Forces calling out. Bye, everybody.